Here we are in the coaching carousel. I'm just going to scroll through some of these and see if any of them really pique my interest. Let's see what we get. Our first offer is from Illinois. We're going to decline this one. Not really an upward move there. Same story here with Toledo. Even less interesting here with Syracuse. Indiana is an interesting one as far as rebuilding goes, but I still think it's more of a lateral move than an improvement. This is relatively interesting. Got offered the offensive coordinator job at Clemson, but I just don't really like being a coordinator in this game, so I'm just going to decline. That would be pretty funny to go be the offensive coordinator at Georgia after they beat us, but same story. Now, I am a huge Alabama fan, and getting this offer is probably the most tempting one that we'll get. But I still don't really want to be a coordinator. We are kind of building something here at Houston. Maybe we can bounce back and win the championship next year. I'm going to hold out for hopefully the Bama head coach job, but if something else comes up next year, we're going to take it. But I don't think we're going to get anything else more interesting than this the rest of the time, so we're going to go ahead and move on. Alright, so players leaving here, we were able to convince left tackle Patrick Paul to stay by just saying, hey, you won't regret staying, and then he decided to stay, so that was pretty easy. And then as far as guys going to the draft, we got Donovan Smith, quarterback, David Ogwogbu, defensive end, Stephon Johnson, our awesome receiver from last year, definitely going to miss him, along with Samuel Brown. And then these guys not entering the draft but graduating: Cedric Williams, Jack Martin the kicker, Mike O'Laughlin, Adari Halsey, Noah Guzman, Jack Freeman, Alex Hogan, Isaiah Hamilton. I mean, the list goes on. A lot of our best players, like I said in the opening video, the rosters for this they don't really do the year correctly for the players. So the first couple of years you lose a ton of players, ton more than you normally would. So it's going to take a couple of seasons probably to get everything kind of rebalanced. Donovan Smith does go in the first round of the draft. A few 6th rounders and 7th rounder. And we've already used all of our scholarships, so we're going to skip the recruiting phase. And we do end up signing the number 16 recruiting class in the nation. Given where this team started, that's a huge accomplishment. Hopefully if we end up staying here for a few years, we can continue to build on that. Alright, the only thing I really missed on the off-season was cutting players, which we did not have to cut any players because we were at 64 out of 70 in terms of the roster limit. So let's hop into the preseason here. Alright, here's our depth chart for season number 2. We do have a couple of guys with Coley and Ollie battling it out for the quarterback spot, but I think we are going to go with Coley because he does have a little bit higher speed and agility. I'm not going to go over too much of this stuff here just to save some time, but I think we're going to be going with Lucas Coley for our starter this season. Our tandem of backs is going to be Parker Jenkins and Brandon Campbell, both guys that got some playing time last year. Fullback we just recruited. At wide receiver, we're going to have Carnes and Manjack as the 1 and 2 guys, Donato in the slot. And then I'm going to change this up a little bit. She likes to throw tight ends in there every once in a while. And I went ahead and threw a red shirt on pretty much every freshman that I could. So that's out of the way. I've got our tight ends here. Left tackle, our offensive line is stacked. Got really nice guys on the offensive line. A lot of returning guys. Defensive end. And then D tackle. This is definitely a weakness for us, this outside linebacker position. But, you know, having one guy that's 60-something overall is not going to kill us, and it's going to be good for him to develop. Other linebacker spots are good. Pretty deep at cornerback. Solid free safety, strong safety, and our JUCO kicker. 73 overall. Not too bad, not the best, but yeah. So returning kicks for us this season is going to be Brandon Campbell, backup running back. Same with punts. And that's going to be it for the depth chart. Alright, here's our schedule for Season 2. We're going to open the season at home against New Mexico, followed by a road trip to Auburn in the SEC, and then we're going to be hosting Nebraska from the Big Ten, and then we jump into conference play. We got at Kansas. Didn't play them last year. We got Kansas State at home. We got Iowa State at home. We go to Baylor. We got Oklahoma at home. Oklahoma State at home. Potential revenge game there. We are at Texas Tech, at Arizona State, and then at home against Arizona. And then we'll finish off the season at home against TCU. That'll be it for the off-season. Preseason's done. It's time to jump into the regular season. Boy, did we strike out on recruiting this season. At least so far. These are pretty much the top 35 guys in terms of their interest in our program. And the highest rated guy on here is a punter, which coincidentally we do need. So that's nice. Maybe we can get them, but I don't think I found a single gem. They're all less than or equal to their original rating. Just really, really bad. So I'm gonna have to work some miracles here. But you know, crazier things have happened. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so simulating to week 2 here. We don't have a game in week 1. Just want to see if we have any headway on recruiting. I know we got one instant commitment at one of our team needs of offensive line guard, I think. Yeah, doesn't look like we've made much progress here, but let's take a look at the guy that I know that we signed. Alright, so Mark Blythe here, 3-star guard out of Dallas, Texas. Let's look at his scouting report. 52 speed, not great. Pass blocking, 78 is okay. Impact blocking is pretty good. Strength is a little low, but you know he's gonna get some playing time. I mean, he's a Mr. all-around guard. Here's a couple notable games out of the top 25 from week 1 that we missed earlier. Virginia Tech beat Notre Dame 30-14. Bama beat West Virginia in the Chick-fil-A kickoff by 6. Oklahoma beats Mississippi State by a touchdown. Georgia beat Texas by 10. Tennessee beat Kansas State in the Texas kickoff. And then Oklahoma State beat Florida State by 2 touchdowns. I think that's about the only interesting ones. And then here are the top 25 matchups of week 2. Tennessee takes down LSU 28-20. They are going to go to 2-0. UCLA is going to drop to Michigan State. They were at number 10, so they're going to fall pretty hard after that one. Cincinnati upsets number 8 Ohio State 24-17, and then 11 versus 12 here. Oklahoma is going to beat Arkansas 31-24. They're going to be 2-0 in the conference and overall. And not the best start for Arkansas after starting 11-0 last year. Notre Dame is going to knock off number 4 Michigan in week 2, 31-17. And in week 2, we've got a number 1 versus number 2 matchup, Clemson at Georgia. Georgia's going to dominate this one 45-21, and that is your game day game of the week. Welcome to the opening game of season number 2. We're just going to hit the big highlights. This video is already going a little long, so here we go. First kickoff of the season, Campbell is going to break it up the middle and cut it back outside. Makes a man miss, one man to beat here. And that's going to be an opening kickoff touchdown return for the opening kickoff of the season. Took us till about like week 12 in the first season to get one, and we've got one here at the beginning of the first game. 7-0, 4th and goal here. The Lobos hit as he throws, but he finds Erickson in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Next drive for us, we got 1st and goal on the goal line. We're just going to power it in. 14-7 here late in the first. Our next drive, Coley is going to drop back and hit Jenkins on the screen. He's going to go down the sideline. He's got a lane. He dives, but he fumbles the ball. It rolls out of the end zone, and that's going to be a turnover. Lobos get it at the 20. They have been driving the ball down the field, and they're going to get in on 2nd and goal there from 2 yards out to tie this ball game with 2 minutes left in the half. 1st and 10 here. Coley drops back. He's going to launch a deep ball down the sideline to Carnes, and Dalton Carnes is going to take it all the way to the house. That's going to be a big touchdown here to get some more momentum before halftime. It's 21-14. We get the ball back, and actually with 5 seconds left, we're going to hit Compton on the slant and take a 2-touchdown lead into halftime. It's a nice job of the team rallying there after New Mexico was able to tie the game, and we're going to break out to another big lead here moving into the second half. So first drive for New Mexico after we stalled out is going to end with a field goal. 1st and 10. Coley's going to keep it on the option, and he's got no one there in front of him to stop him. He's going to run it all the way in for a touchdown from 39 yards out. That's going to be 35-17. They do end up getting a field goal, but we're going to answer right back with another deep touchdown to Dalton Carnes. He's proven to be potentially a go-to receiver for the season to this point. Jenkins is going to take the power run on the outside and break free. He's gone down the right sideline for a touchdown. We're going to go up 49-20, and I believe they are going to run out of time here trying to drive down and answer that touchdown. So the final score here is going to be 49-20. So a little bit concerned with how the defense performed in this one. It feels almost worse than last year. I think we're going to have some shootouts this season because our offense is elite, defense not so much. Alright, so after the home win against New Mexico, we're going to go ahead and advance to week 3 here. We do get Chris Hare-Griffin at cornerback to commit to our team, so let's take a look at his stats. Pretty solid athleticism for Chris Hare-Griffin. 90 speed, 84 acceleration, really good pursuit and hit power, but the tackle stat is really bad, and the coverage is not great either. Press coverage is okay. Mike can just put him in at the slot to cover the slot receiver, but he's probably going to need some time to develop. So that's going to do it for weeks 1 and 2. We're going to pick it up next week for our week 3 matchup on the road against Auburn. Going to be a tough one, but we'll see if our guys can get it done. We'll see you guys in the next one.